It's not as easy as it looks.
Most parents would be like absolutely outraged after I'd dropped out of university to become a circus performer. They were really cool about it, which was really nice.
I actually would have preferred her to work in an office, but it's her life.
Meet the Travis family, daughter Eve and dad Neil, better known as Yvel and Baldini, who quit their day jobs and now pay the bills by dicing with death, performing in a dangerous sideshow act up and down the UK. The family are trained professionals, so please do not attempt any of the stunts you're about to see. The family circus tradition began when Dad Neil ran out of money whilst backpacking around Europe and learnt some circus tricks to earn some extra cash.
When he came home, he decided to learn as much as humanly possible and tried his hand at lots of different things. And then when he met my mum, they decided, they'd do that together. There was this big group of weirdos, basically, that all did circus stuff together.
Now, with Eve taking over the reins, the dangerous duo have performed at festivals and shows up and down the country. Today, they are preparing in the back garden for their next gig in a few weeks' time. Eve quit her law degree and convinced her former circus star dad to come out of retirement to risk life and limb on stage once again.
Most parents would be like absolutely outraged after I'd dropped out of university to become a circus performer. They were really cool about it, which was really nice.
I actually would have preferred her to work in an office, but it's her life.
I'm actually the boss in terms of our working relationship. I plan everything, pick the costumes, obviously with help. A lot of acts like ours traditionally would have a male star as such and then a glamorous assistant. But I speak on stage and we both equally share the skill. My dad is a huge kid. He's very much like, how can we make this worse? How can we make this more dangerous? What can we add? So, you're on the ladder of swords, you're juggling knives, your head's on fire, there's laser-guided sharks. Anything he could think of, it's like more and more and more and more. I really don't like you doing that. I'm just like, oh, no.
But once you learn how to do that, you don't practice it, because every time you practice it, there is a risk of actually cutting.
It's funny what freaks me out and what doesn't, because most things don't, but there are just certain things that either one of us do. Like, he really doesn't like the body piercing, which is called, human pincushion.
It's the same skill.
It's such a show-off.
Once the leading lady in this family double act, now Mum Deborah makes the amazing costumes worn on stage, and today she is preparing the outfits for their up-and-coming show.
It's nice for the three of us. You get to be very creative, to have ideas for costumes and for performances, and to just be really creative and bounce off each other with that's quite nice. There are arguments sometimes, but Eve and I usually win those because we know what's best.
In just 2 weeks, this father and daughter circus act will take to the stage, so the duo are busy practicing their death-defying stunts.
I'm so sorry. Oh, my God.
And for this family, practice can be painful.
You wouldn't want to volunteer for it every day, unless you're bald and crazy.
It's not as easy as it looks. You don't see the hours and hours of practice and preparation.
When things go wrong, it can be really quite disconcerting, especially on stage. And, there's that, age-old phrase of the show must go on. And the show must go on. We have to carry on going. We continue regardless. You can be the most practiced, the most perfect, and eventually something might go wrong, whether it's your own fault or, extenuating circumstances. We've had a couple of incidents. I broke my dad's rib. That was fun. And then we had to go home and tell my mum, which was less fun.
Hopefully there will be no more broken bones here as the family head to the local park to try out some of their bigger stunts.
Sometimes they want to do things that I think are too dangerous, and so I might argue with them about it. I can also get quite carried away and think it's a really good idea, but then I might sleep on it and say no.
There's a very old sideshow act where you have a crucible, you melt lead into it, and on stage you add more lead to it, and then you take a pot, the crucible, tip it onto a spoon and eat the molten lead and spit it out to water, and the water boils. Now, we're more aware nowadays of things like lead poisoning and stuff like that and how it can be absorbed through the skin. So we've looked at it and Debbie's gone, nope, it's not happening. We still have the equipment just in case.
Thankfully, knives and molten lead are banned from this park, so the couple have to settle for something a little safer. The big day is here, and it's time for the Travis family to head off to their performance at a local tattoo convention.
It's not quite like when you do a cabaret show, people buy a ticket and they come to see you. But because there's so many artists there, where there's lots of entertainment, it's almost like you have to capture the audience a little bit more. Makeup and costume are absolutely necessary to like create the whole image. It shows someone instantly before the show even starts sort of what to expect.
After their transformation, the pair become Yvel and Baldini.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Staffordshire Tattoo Gathering.
It's going all right. Nobody's died. We'd be financially a lot better off if we all had normal jobs, but I don't think we'd be quite as happy.
When we have a really good show, there's no other feeling like that. Even better because it was you and your dad. I love every day that we have together, the work that we do, the life that I lead. Even when it's really difficult, even when it's stressful, I'm going to have a better day than most people do because I've got my mum and dad there with me. It's been a good show and a good day. I always want to improve the show, so we want to fine-tune what we're already doing. Also, we think like it'd be really nice to get my mum involved in some more stuff. It'd be cool to get her up on stage maybe a bit more, or see how she feels about that, I don't know.